I want to grab a quick word from you.
Okay.
Take your mind back to 2 Premier League weekends ago. Man United versus Liverpool. Any thoughts?
Thoughts are that United won the game, you know, like...
That's correct.
Yeah, so what?
What do you mean, so what? I just want to say, Man United had just lost 4-0 to Brentford. The game before that, they lost 2-1 to Brighton.
Yeah.
United were in the gutter.
Yeah.
I said that myself.
Okay.
Absolute shambles.
Yeah.
Now, Liverpool, you know, probably their best team in how many years? One of their best teams in how many years? Why could you not beat this shit United team?
Because Liverpool are in a tiny bit of a transition.
Listen.
They are in a little transition.
Listen.
We're moving away.
Answer the question, yeah? You had all your gun players playing.
No, we didn't have Thiago. Thiago was the most important player.
Answer me the question, right? Can Trent Alexander-Arnold defend?
100% yes.
He can't defend.
He can.
Is he a good player? Yes. Can he cross the ball amazingly? Yes. Is he a great passer? Yes.
He is.
Should he be in midfield? Yes.
No, he shouldn't be in midfield because he wouldn't make those runs. He wouldn't. He shouldn't be in midfield. The best
he could do,
no.
You know, if there's a back three playing, he's a great right wing back.
No.
He's not a right back.
He's the world's best.
Amrit, please. You're deluded.
I'm not deluded.
You think he's a good defender.
You tell me any team he does not walk into.
Alright, listen. Also, you were giving a lot of shit about Martinez. Yeah? Jamie Carragher. 5'9" centre back. How is he going to defend in the Premier League? He's since had 2 Man of the Match awards.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
But he got absolutely ripped. Was it by Brentford or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. And that's when Carragher made those claims.
Yeah.
But what I said to you, since then,
and
that was his first game, by the way.
Okay.
And since then, he's got 2 Man of the Match awards.
Okay, we'll see.
And you were taking the piss out of the butcher, right? He's been butchering people up on that pitch, I'll tell you that now.
He hasn't. The only thing he's butchering is United's chances.
Mate, he was butchering Salah.
Top 4, mate.
You see that? He gave him that shoulder
shot.
Liverpool,
you know, we've had a slow start to the season. This 9-0 win was obviously like a bit of a frustration being like let out. And obviously Bournemouth was really bad on the day. But to be fair, you know, like... People say Bournemouth were bad on the day. That's because Liverpool didn't let them get on the ball. Liverpool didn't let them play. And Liverpool was relentless.
You said,
right,
less than a week ago, Liverpool are going to win the league. Are they still going to win the league?
Yeah, 100%. I back that because Liverpool just needed a bit of gelling together again, and Klopp's going to do that. And I think, you know, with
Klopp's gone from being staunch on the fact that there's going to be no more summer signings to quite desperately now with 3-4 days to go saying we need a midfielder.
Yeah, we do. And he, to be honest, that's where I blame.
Yeah, man, this things just start looking all rosy all of a sudden.
No, it's not looking rosy. No, it's not about not looking rosy, right? Okay, yeah, it's about the board and what Klopp wanted. They obviously don't want to buy players like out of desperation. They don't want to be overpaying for any player. They've never done that, right? They've held off on Van Dijk before because, you know, they're Southampton being unrealistic, and they held out.
Are you 1 injury away or 2 injuries away from finishing 4th?
I think we are a couple of injuries away from like a collapse that we had a couple of seasons ago. Especially the bit like, listen, every time I see...
So has this whole, you know, Liverpool, you know, with the amount Liverpool's been succeeding and the lack of investment really, apart from Nunes, you've done fuck all.
Yeah.
Is that acceptable?
I know it is acceptable because like...
I've heard some Liverpool fans talking about FSG, etc.
Look, forget those Liverpool fans, yeah? Because obviously they don't realise the success that... I mean, I don't like the FSG, right, personally, because of the way they've like run the club in the past with the whole furlough scheme and then the European Super League and all that stuff, right? Okay, yeah, I'm vehemently against them, but you can't deny the progress that the club's made under them, and it's not their decisions, it's the people they've hired who've made the right decisions, right? And the investment from them sometimes has been frustrating, but it's also Klopp's policy not to go and panic buy. United have spent 57 million.
Klopp was not happy.
Listen, please, 1 second. United are paying about 80 million pounds for.
I'm not saying United's a standard to look at. Wait. I'm not saying United's you can't compare.
No. Can I just? Why you not let me make my point? You've talked about not investment, right? Yeah, in a club. So United are going to be paying about 80 million pounds for a player who in the Eredivisie, okay, the Dutch league has not even gone to ever
more than 80.
Yeah,
80 million.
That guy has never ever gone into double figures in the Dutch league, and that's the Dutch league, man. Right? You've got mans like, you know, who flop in Premier League. They go and absolutely kill it in that league. So this guy Anthony hasn't even killed it in that league, right? Yeah, probably single figures, right? 57 million pounds on that Martinez defender. Okay, fair play. He had 2 shit games, 2 good games, right? That shows inconsistency. That means anytime he comes up with against the big defender, he's going to struggle. And Premier League is hustle and bustle, it's physical.
He didn't struggle against Liverpool.
He didn't struggle, but you're not going to be playing against like 5'6" strikers all through 38 games.
But aren't Liverpool one of the best teams in the world?
5'7", Bobby's
Isn't this one of Liverpool's best teams in decades, though?
It is one of the best teams. But
and isn't Liverpool one of the best teams in the world?
Of course it is.
So he didn't struggle.
Of course he didn't struggle.
So does that not talk more than...
No, hold on. But when you're coming up against, majority of the times you're playing against physical players in the Premier League.
No, but he's physical. The whole point of him calling the Butcher is that he's physical.
Okay, we'll see. You're going off on 4 games, right?
So are you.
Yeah, so am I. But
you went off 2 games when you judged him. You went off 2 games when you judged him.
Of the Premier League.
Where was this?
I'm thinking about the reality of the Premier League. Man's like, smaller teams.
You sound like Jamie Carragher, who has since been butchered for his comments.
Okay. Can I just say 1 second? So 57 million on Martinez. He's a hit and a miss at the moment.
He's not a hit and miss. He's a good signing.
57 million pounds.
Listen, I've seen the way him and Varane pair up. It's a great sign. It's a great sign.
Who else did you overspend on this season? I can't even
Casemiro.
70 million pounds for Casemiro, bruv.
Listen, the only reason why I'm not complaining is because there's a tiny glimmer of hope that the Glazers might be leaving.
70
and I'm saying
pounds.
Spend their money, I don't care.
70 million pounds on Casemiro.
I'm not here saying United's spending transfer policy is great. No. You said your point, now let me listen. Now listen to me. I'm not saying the amount of money we've spent is great. But would you rather be in my position or would you rather be in Liverpool's position where you just don't spend?
I think not spending has helped in the past.
But will it now?
Of course it will.
It's not helped in the past because really,
the only thing is
you want our league title.
We need investment within our midfield, right?
Listen,
whenever I see James Milner start alongside Henderson, I know it's going to be a dead game. Right? I just know it. James Milner is the liability. Right?
Let me listen to me.
Can I just say finish?
No, I'm not going to listen to you now. Listen to me, right? Yeah. This is me analysing Liverpool as a whole now. Mm-hmm. When I look at United in their glory days, they were winning back to back Premier Leagues. They were winning 3 Premier Leagues in a row. Okay, they didn't win it for a couple of years. Then they won 3 in a row again. That's what you call having a great era.
Yeah.
You're how many years into this Klopp era now? 7, 8 years?
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 Premier League, 1 Champions League, 1, what was it, FA Cup last season? That's what you've got to show in 7 years.
Okay.
If you don't win the Premier League this season, which I don't think you will you win the Champions League this season? I'm not sure you will. You're a couple of injuries away from a big disaster. Okay. This is what always happens. You put up a great title defence or title challenge the year before, great 90 points, and then you just flop the year after.
No.
Any other club, right? Well, you won the Premier League and you absolutely bottled it the year after.
Yeah, because of the injuries.
Exactly. Yeah. This is what we're talking about. So is this what you expect from a great team? Any other great team in a great period?
It's a financially healthy club. We don't have the sources of money. No, because we don't have the same amount of money spending power as Man City. They're backed by a whole fucking state.
But you've got the pull, right?
What?
Players want to play for Liverpool, right?
Yeah, we've got the pull, but at the same time, we're not like Mo Salah probably is the only Liverpool player I've seen get his way in terms of wages. Right? We're not going to pay £500,000 to a player per week. We're never going to do that.
Is this acceptable then? In your great era,
I think it is.
In your great era, you'd be happy.
Yeah.
You know, if Klopp stays for another couple of years, this era lasts 9 years.
Yeah.
Because it will end.
Yeah.
Once Klopp goes, that will be a transition period.
No, that will be a transition period. But look at where we were.
For me, you desperately need to win the league once or twice more.
Yeah, no, 100%.
To solidify greatness.
100%. I would agree with that.
Because it's like, it's Liverpool being Liverpool. It's like you've got a great era, but then you're just not.
Yeah, I agree with that. We do think we need like another couple of big trophies for Klopp to really cement his legacy, right?
Like Guardiola at City.
Yeah.
What, 5 Premier Leagues is it?
Yeah, but then, the thing is, like, the free spending power that they have, like, they drop about 100 million, 60 million, 70 million pound on a player that they don't even need as a squad player. Liverpool don't have that power to do that, right? We actually just get a player.
You've got more power than what you spend, though.
Yeah.
I think you're still a very stingy club.
It's not being about stingy. It's about being about like having certain principles. There are the odd times when we've needed a player desperately and they've gone and splashed a little bit. Van Dijk, needed that defender. Alisson needed that goalkeeper. And with Núñez, I think, because of Sadio Mane leaving, there was that pressure of Haaland coming in. There was that immense pressure that Liverpool need a big marquee signing up front.
It's a good signing,
right?
But it's not enough. for a whole summer.
And I think what we're now focusing on is Jude Bellingham, right? And I think
you can't wait for a 20-year-old.
Exactly. No, that's what I mean. So they're kind of like now realizing, okay, Thiago's injured, a couple of other players have injured. Now you've got
Milner playing, man.
Exactly, and he's dead.
And Henderson.
Yeah. No, Henderson's good, yeah, but when Henderson and Milner play together, they're devoid of any creativity, right? That midfield is devoid of any creativity. There's no goals in that midfield, right? You've got players like Elliott, who's extremely good, but Elliott's not going to carry that midfield.
Yeah.
Right? You got Fabio Carvalho coming in. He looks very good, but he's not going to carry that midfield.
Never heard of him.
Right? Curtis Jones, very good player, but not exactly the world class player. He's going to win his league.
Average, overrated English player.
No, I wouldn't say average, overrated. I think he's average, but not overrated.
Overrated English player.
I don't know about that because I've seen him play. He's quite good.
Okay.
But we've only got that top, well-beaten midfielder, only Thiago, and that's it. We need another one in there.
And even Thiago's in his 30s, right?
Thiago's like 31.
30s.
Yeah. But very top of it. And and there's nobody better in midfield than Thiago.
All I'm saying is I was hearing a lot of smoke a couple of weeks ago when we did a Premier League podcast.
I still have it.
No, you don't. There's a lot of the things you said.
I do genuinely believe.
Listen, you got humbled at Old Trafford. Thanks for coming. See you next year. Yeah, and we'll see how this season goes for you guys.
Yeah,
right.
We'll see.
Right. Well, we humbled you pre-season or 4-0. But anyway, no. Let's move on. Anyway, fine. I just wanted to get that in, but that's
that
fine.
Trophy.
No, that's fine. That's a great trophy. I'll always shine that every day, mate. Yeah. Don't worry about that. Okay. In this great era when you've got United's worst team, Liverpool's great team.
Remember the that Arsenal used to win?
You got fucked. Right.
Remember when Arsenal used to win that Milk Cup against Bayern Munich and they used to get dicked afterwards?
We're talking of Arsenal. Final word now to close out this podcast. Arsenal.
Top
4 wins.
Yeah, top 4 easy. Top 4 easy. If they don't get top 4 from the full kind of form they're showing and the kind of players and like the togetherness they're showing,
you don't think they can form a title challenge?
It could get close. It could get close because City, like that 4-2 win with City.
They're showing vulnerability, man.
No, they're not showing vulnerability. The fact that they conceded 2, but then the fact that they
can't keep coming back from 2 goals down though.
Yeah, they need to tighten up a bit. But look, Haaland's going to power through them.
Haaland's second goal, was it? Where he just held off that defender, left foot finish. I honestly looked at that and I thought, would Rashford, would Martial put that away?
No.
Would they? Fuck. Ronaldo in his prime would probably put that away. That's that sort of caliber. He's playing at a high caliber.
He's
a young player.
He's a young player. He's hungry, man. He's huge. It's almost like when he plays, it's like,
he's giving shades of Henry, man. Premier League Henry.
Bigger Henry, man. Bigger than Henry.
But that's what I'm saying.
Because this feel like, a lot of the sports pundits are saying this as well, like, basically it almost feels unfair that he has an unfair advantage over everybody else in the Premier League because he's so good.
He's so good.
It's like, playing like an 18-year-old in like a 14-year-old like under 14s. When you've got like one of those like just players that are generally huge and they just walk through everybody, score goals. You'll always have that one player every now and then where you've got like an under 14 or 15 teams. But one of the players is so developed, so much bigger than everybody else, so much stronger than everybody else in the team that they just like literally walk through and score goals. That's what it feels like with Haaland at the moment. It's scary. He literally should be banned. I think to make it level fair.
Okay, well, that's all from us today. Catch us soon.